Hello and welcome everybody to Carioca Arena here in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. This is the World Skate SLS World Championship Super Crown Final here later tonight on this street course. I'm Paul Zitzer, thanks for tuning in alongside Chris Cole and Andrew Cannon. Now, it's been a long season to get where we are right now, but a great season. It can be summed up in two words though, right? Yuto Horigome. He's won every stop. Talk a little bit about how he's done it and if he can be stopped.
Well, it looked a little bit like last season, Yuto he was trying to figure out the format, and totally get comfortable with it. And then it looked like in that downtime between seasons, he completely figured it out and he has just been dominating. What is it about the caliber of tricks, Chris?
I think that his tricks are really unexpected. They're new to the judges. He brings something special to the table. You don't know what he's going to do, and he doesn't come out in practice and just annihilate the place like an Ishad or a Nyjah does. He kind of just cruises around silently, and then when the contest starts, he just crushes and crushes and crushes. And it almost seems like he doesn't have a strategy until in Huntington when he actually perfected the strategy.
Right, so he doesn't show his cards and then he comes out, guns blazing, puts it down. All right, so along with Yuto, there are three other SLS pros who are automatically in the Super Crown already based on points: Felipe Gustavo, Chris Joslin, and Kelvin Hoffler. Let's take a look back at some highlights from the season.
Man, that was some incredible skateboarding that we just saw right there, and it's no wonder that all four of those skaters are going directly into the Super Crown Final. Any thoughts, Chris?
Yeah, one of those skaters, Felipe Gustavo, this is his first Super Crown appearance ever since being in Street League, and it's in his home country, so you know that guy's stoked.
And we're gonna see all four of those guys skate later, but first, let's talk about how we got to this point, all right? 80 skaters came here this weekend to skate in the Global Open from over 40 different countries. Top 20 had a chance to qualify into the quarterfinal, and Andrew caught up with the #1 qualifier, TJ Rodgers. Let's take a look.
TJ Rodgers, yesterday you skated in the Global Open. You got first place. 3-minute jams, you made it in. Now, today was the quarterfinal. You got second place with a whole switch of the format. How's that format, the Street League format, versus that Global Open?
It was a little tricky at first just to try and strategize what I was going to do for the 3-minute heat and then going into the quarterfinals, like for the actual Street League format. But I had a good team behind me with all my friends in it, and we all just kind of strategized together, and I just tried to make the most of my situation.
Now, where are all your friends from?
We're all from Canada. We're like with Skateboard Canada right now, and we're just trying to represent Canada for the Olympics coming up in 2020. So it's like me, Berger, Ryan DeCenzo, Mickey Papa, and then JS Lapierre.
Woohoo, we're partying.
Yeah.
So what about strategy? You made it into the quarterfinals from the Global Open, switched up the entire format, and then here you are going into semifinals. You gonna change anything up moving in?
A little bit, but not too much. I honestly just really want to make sure that I just am consistent as possible, and I'm honestly just super happy that I made it to the semifinals. That was my goal in the first place, and we made it, so I'm laughing.
Are you gonna try any other specific tricks, or are you gonna stick with exactly what you did today?
I don't know, I'm gonna definitely switch a few tricks up, but I feel like if I was just to be consistent on my board, as I was today and yesterday, I hopefully will have a good chance.
And so getting top 2 today puts you in a good spot as you move in. We're taking that top 4 onto the Super Crown final. What would it mean to you to make it into the final?
I mean, it'd be a dream come true, honestly, because I've never expected to ever get to a Super Crown in my life. But, you know, here we are, and I'm getting into the semis, so if I can get that top 4, baby, woo!
Good. Congratulations, best of luck.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
Woo! Man, I know you guys saw TJ out there. This was a different TJ. I mean, he was ripping. He had his mental game on lock, interacting with the crowd. Stress levels were down. Tricks were firing off left and right. And I think that that's a way different TJ than we had seen in the past.
And that TJ got himself right into those quarterfinals. Now, the quarterfinals has an all-new format here at the World Championship. Paul, can you break down the format for us?
Yes. Top 20 skaters advanced out of the Global Open to skate against the seasoned SLS pros, and we caught up with one of those pros, Matt Berger, right here.
Matt Berger, unfortunately you've been dealing with some really tough injury, but you're back in full effect. But because you didn't have the tour points necessary, you had to get in through the quarterfinals going into semifinals. Tell me about the level of competition out there.
I mean, the floodgates have opened, and it's rad. It's given an opportunity for everyone around the world that really rips in their country. And you can definitely see the new generation out there ripping for sure.
Now, how about you? How are you feeling coming back from this injury? It's been a while, right?
Yeah, it's been a frustrating few years. You know, my first surgery, it ended up failing after working for a little bit, and then, you know, I'm just grateful to be back on my board and, you know, having the access to doctors and whatnot to really get the surgery that truly fixed it. And now I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life. And honestly, just waking up every day grateful I'm able to do what I love to do, so I'm stoked.
Well, we're excited to see you do it. What's your strategy heading into semifinals today?
I mean, there's only 4 spots open, so everyone's going to be going all out, so going to be doing my best to bring out the big guns, I guess.
Anything special, any obstacles out there you're favoring?
Yeah, I really like the closeout rail. I'm calling it the bear trap rail, but that thing's been pretty sick.
Awesome, well, best of luck to you out there today.
Thank you.
All right, so Matt Berger is seeing the progression from these new kids coming up, but I mean, he's Matt Berger, he's good. He made it through into the semifinals, and the skating there was crazy.
Yeah, once we got into the semifinals though, it was only about the top 4 spots that we're gonna move on and meet the 4 pre-qualified into the Super Crown final. Chris, what was your take on it?
Aurelian was just throwing out airmail everywhere, jumping over the bars. He seemed to solidify his spot in the first couple makes. Usually it goes all the way until they have 4 scores on the board. He had 3 and he was already all the way up in first place, which is crazy.
He killed. And then one skater who was just hanging on, watching everyone go, seeing if he was gonna make it, skater who came through the Global Open, Ivan Montero, he finished in 4th. We'll be seeing him in the final, and we caught up with him for more.
Ivan, you came in all the way from the Global Open, and you made your way now to the Super Crown final at the World Championships. How are you feeling going into this?
It's crazy. I don't even know how to describe. Like, I left Brazil 2 years ago with a dream of being on Street League, you know, and it's my first time back in Brazil after 2 years. So I left, never won any damn M, and I go through all the damn M thing and qualified to London, barely make it. I almost got into the league, and being a Super Crown, like the World Championship, is crazy. It's like the biggest dream. I always dream of this, you know, I always watch it. It's crazy. I grew up watching all those guys, you know.
So what are you gonna do in the final to beat out the rest of the skaters? We're talking about the 4 pre-qualified. We saw Orleans make it in today, Naija and Suchu. What are you gonna do?
I'm literally gonna have fun. Like, just to make to the finals was like so hard to just, you know, all the way from the Global Open and going through all the days. I'm just gonna try to do the hardest I can, you know, like the hardest tricks I can, and hopefully I can make it, you know, to the top. We'll see.
Awesome, man. Well, congratulations, a dream come true.
Thank you so much.
Here at SLS.
Now that we heard from Ivan, one of the qualifiers, let's hear from one of the SLS picks that climbed the ranks to get to this point. One of my favorite guys, I'm sure your favorite guy, Mark Suchu. Mark seemed to have a rough beginning of the year, and then he just pulled a full 180 and started killing the competition. We sat down with Mark to find out just how he did it.
Mark, you have been skating phenomenally. We saw it at Huntington Beach. We're seeing it again here in Brazil. Has anything changed? What just clicked for you?
Well, so this is my fourth now. London, I didn't have a good idea of the setup, and I tried 6 tricks instead of 5. I was like, wait, what happened? Then LA, things worked better, but I still didn't know the scoring. That was when I figured out, I switched lip slid the rail, the big rail, the red one, and I was like, I got 8, while my runs, which were so difficult for me, but small techer tricks on smaller things, so it's more just figuring out the format. Then when it came time, the next one was Huntington Beach, and so I just skated the big rail, even though that's not really my thing, but it was really fun. It's a good rail.
Now, how about today? How would you decide on the tricks? I mean, you were saying that backsmith 180 that you did, you'd never even tried that.
Yeah, the process for that was manifold. So I started out by wanting to do the half cab feeble back 180. That didn't work. I saw Jamie miss a trick, then go for something entirely different. That's not my process, but I decided to adopt his and went for the front feeble back 180, which put me in a really good mood. Went for the barrel heel, and then came back for the half cab feeble 180. It was good. And then the last trick, I just said, what the hell am I gonna do? Shouted out to the crowd. Somebody said I'd skated with them, fakie front feeble like you were doing at the park. But I knew I wanted to do something bigger. And since I'd been doing backsmith front 180s on the gold rail and knew the back lip, knew the feel of it from that back lip, I said, why not? Checked the wax, went for it. So psyched it works.
That's crazy. And then how do you feel going in? I mean, this is your first Super Crown. This is the Super Crown final here at the World Championship. I mean, this is the big show.
Yeah, and I definitely feel the pressure. I was expecting a lot of pressure in the first ones, getting used to Street League, and it almost wasn't there. You know, when I stepped on my board, it felt really good, but here it's kind of a different story. The run section is every moment I'm just stressing in my mind, like, you got this. And there's negativity that comes in that I can't stop out here.
Just like for inside of you, or what?
Yeah. A little bit of negativity. I don't know why.
Well, you made it in. Best of luck to you tomorrow, and hopefully we can see a repeat of today.
Thank you so much, Adrian.
Guys, I cannot wait to see if Mark Suciu is going to keep it going through into tonight in the finals, along with Aurélien Giraud, defending world champion Nyjah Huston and Yvonne Montero. The question is, with the final set now, Andrew, how are these guys going to fare against the legends where the pressure in this building is coming down on them? What's going to happen?
I actually think it's going to be quite the opposite. You know, we've got Felipe, Kelvin, Jocelyn, and Yuto. None of them have skated on this course yet. We've got 4 skaters coming into this that have had to qualify in, some of them since the beginning, and they're all running super hot right now. But we have 2 world champions in the past in the midst. We've got Nyjah Huston and Kelvin Hoffler. Chris Cole, as a past world champion, what's it going to take to win out here?
You know what? Every single one of them is going to have to come in with not 5 single tricks and 2 runs, but they're going to have 2 runs and about 10 single tricks ready, locked and loaded, that they've practiced, they know they have, or they know they can pull within 2 tries, and they know what they're most likely going to score. This way that they can change on a dime depending on what other people do. They also have to keep the mindset that it's not, should I do this trick or should I do this trick? It's, I'm going to do all the tricks. I'm going to land this here and I'm going to go to that next one. I'm going to land that. And if they keep that type of positive mental attitude, they can win.
Okay, who can do that? Who are your picks then? Let's hear it.
Well, Jocelyn. I mean, Jocelyn has an enormous bag of tricks, and if he gets any hang time, he'll wrangle any move.
I'm going to go with Aurélien Giraud. He has been absolutely ripping, and he came into this looking so incredibly confident. It's unlike a lot of skaters we've seen qualifying in the past, so I got my money on him.
Guys, I mean, obviously good picks, but I'm going to go with the skater that has won the last 3 stops. Every stop this season, Yuto Horigome. I mean, I think he's going to keep it going here tonight. So up next, the Super Crown final. Top 3 skaters are going to get these custom Beats by Dre headphones, and the winner will be crowned the new world champion.